Hey, what's going on, everyone? It's your girl Celia. So today is Sunday and I am going to do a lazy Sunday dinner. The only thing I'm doing homemade is going to be my candy potatoes. Alright, but everything else I'm going to fix up and hook up for the family for Sunday dinner, and I'm going to take you along with me. Alright, so here I already did my scrubbing of my sweet potatoes. I'm gonna have it boiling for about an hour. I got my chicken in the oven. That's gonna be in for about an hour. So here we go.
A few moments later.
Alright guys, so let's check up on these potatoes. It's been 30 minutes, so I just need to see if they are soft. Not yet. Alright, so what we got on the menu today: fried chicken with some sweet potato, candy potatoes, mac and cheese, dressing, and gravy. So that's for Sunday's dinner. All of that I can make homemade, but the only thing I'm making homemade today is going to be the candy potatoes. But I know how to make from scratch mac and cheese, from scratch dressing, and that's it. Because the chicken I know how to make from scratch, of course. But yes, so like I said, it's a lazy Sunday dinner. But yes, I'll show you guys dinner process. All right, I just don't want to go full-blown homemade because it's going to take some hours, and I don't feel like standing up in a hot kitchen for a very long time. Because if you see the time, oh man, woo 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 woo, it is 6:06. I ain't about to be in the kitchen that long standing up doing all this homemade, so I gotta start that early. But that's why I said it's a lazy Sunday dinner, but still good. Always gotta thank God that He provided for all your needs, especially when it comes to food, so it can be good and nourishing to your stomach. And then not only that, but make sure you always pray for the ones who are without food, that they will always get food somewhere in order for them to keep going and having that strength. Don't mind him, he's in the basement playing his video. But yeah, always pray for those who are less fortunate, who don't have any food. Always keep them in your prayers, because there's a lot of families, there's a lot of homeless people in this world who go without food days, weeks. So always pray for them. All right, on to the next.
A few moments later.
Alright guys, so when it gets close to like a main thing that is almost done, which is of course my candy potatoes and the chicken, I like to start getting all the other things done, so I do not have to worry about it. So the first thing I'm going to make, besides the other stuff, is my stovetop savory herb dressing, the stuffing mix, right? So I already added my, what do you have to add? 1/2 cups of water, but I like to go up a line, so that's a cup and 2/3. So I always like to add a little bit extra, because you know how the water likes to evaporate. So I got that going on the heat, and I'm going to add my margarine or butter, and let that boil. Once everything boils together, I am going to add my mix and stir it up. All right, guys, so I got the stuffing in. Now it's time to mix everything. Here we go. Mix it all. Here, I gotta turn it off. Hold on. All right, guys, so I got it all mixed up. I had to make sure I had all the herbs mixed in, all of the water soaked in, the butter, everything. So now I'm gonna put the top on it so it can steam a little bit, make it a little bit more soft. Potatoes are done. I'll show you that process in a minute. I got it off. Now this is done. Now I gotta get my potatoes done, and then the mac and cheese, and boil me some gravy. Be right back. Alright, so I'm running that cold water through so it can cool down the potatoes, and then once it's done, I'm gonna peel it, cut it up, and then put it into another pot so I can add all my other ingredients. So right now, I'm running cold water to have the potatoes chilled. This is where I'm storing the dressing. Get it out the way again so I can use the pot. Perfect fit. On to the mac and cheese. Alright, I'll be back. Alright, guys, so I'm starting the mac and cheese. Got the water. You know, the mac and cheese, you got pasta shells, right? So I usually put a little bit of the olive oil so it could keep the pasta shells nice and soft. Even after it has been cooked and, you know, it's been sitting out like that, the shells are not like dry and hard or anything like that. I learned that from Rachel Ray. I did not know that. I used to just boil the shells or would boil the pasta and leave it at that. But after adding olive oil, whenever I'm boiling pasta, I see a difference. So, you know, adding olive oil to your pasta while it's boiling, it does help the pasta to be soft and not hard afterwards. You know, even if you have leftovers, they're not even as hard or stiff or, you know, anything like that. So olive oil is a good tip to put into your pasta. So I added my olive oil once the water starts boiling. Add the pasta shells into the water, and then, you know, wait till it gets soft so I can drain it out. All right. You gotta drain too much water. I'll leave some water in so to keep the noodles moist. So just adding the cheese so it can melt, and I'm gonna put it into a container so I can get it off the stove. You know, minimize dishes and all that stuff. So there we go. Alright, guys, so I have the cheese simmering a little bit. It's melted on to the pasta, so I got black pepper that I'm gonna add just to give it a little bit of pop to it. Not just cheesy, but some, you know, black pepper mixed in it. So you see black pepper in it. And then I'm gonna go on ahead and I'm gonna mix it up. And it's done. Well, this is what y'all been waiting for. Now my potatoes have been cooled down, right? I have had it sitting in cold water. Good to cut now. So what I'm gonna do is start setting up the pot, and then while everything is getting melted together, it's preparing. So after I cut my potatoes, I'm going to add them so everything can start soaking in together. All right, so basically everything is, I guess, according to my taste. So it's going according to going as I go along type of thing. So no measurements. It's a recipe that I know because it's very simple. So I'm just gonna add everything in. So I'm gonna add my butter. I'm probably gonna add about like maybe 3 tablespoons of butter. Obviously it's gonna overlap the spoon, but you know, I get that so it could soften up and moisturize my potatoes. I guess that's what you can say. I don't know the right words to say it, but yeah, so I'm gonna have the butter melting on low, and then I'm gonna add my sugar in there in order for the potatoes to get sweeter than what it is and the other stuff. So I'm gonna add my butter so we can start. I'm gonna add my sugar, then after that put my potatoes in, and then I'm gonna add the other seasonings. All right. Alright guys, so I cut up all my potatoes. I added some more sugar in there because, you know, obviously I said candied potatoes. So I added more sugar. I added my vanilla to the pot. Now I'm going to add cinnamon and brush it all over the potatoes. Okay, so it has that cinnamon taste, you know. Very good. And then I'm gonna add some nutmeg. Add some to that. I know I don't like to add too much nutmeg because then it has like a strong taste to it. So I would rather it taste more like with cinnamon and the sugar and all that other stuff than, you know, just the nutmeg. But alright guys, look at that. Ooh, and it is sweet. It tastes like candy. I taste just like candy. Well, they just taste like candy. But and you got some to drizzle on. It's gonna taste so good with the food. So that's the end result. Here we go. And then I got my gravy over there just boiling. And dinner is done. Show you in a plate in a second.